Hey friend, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, say hello to your mother for me. Mother's Harvest is a 6% wet hopped IPA from Upland Brewing Company in Bloomington, Indiana. Wet hopped IPAs are new to me this year, but this is my third from this season, and I think I'm on the edge of its freshness. IPAs are supposed to be drank fresh, but wet hopped IPAs should be consumed within a few weeks. But this can says December 2018, so I'm going to trust Upland's can. If you want to find out more about wet hops, I'll leave links to the other two IPAs I've tried so far. The first one was Harvest Ale from Founders, and then I tried Side Yard Ale from Bell's. This is the first Indiana wet hop beer I'm going to have, though, and this IPA comes courtesy of my friend Steve from YalaTV. He sent over lots of tasty Indiana and a couple Wisconsin beers, too. Check out his channel for some nice in-depth dives into great beer. So let's take a look at the can and we'll get into this beer. Fun fact, it is illegal to take pictures of the Eiffel Tower at night. So this is from Upland, and like I said, they're in Bloomington, Indiana, which is, I believe, north of Indianapolis. I'm not 100% sure. I think I've been there, but it's been a while. So anyways, on the front of this can, it says Upland Brewing Company. This is part of their Side Trail IPA series, which Upland describes it as, they say, these beers reflect our constant pursuit of the craft. Each Side Trail beer is an innovative result of our brewers experimenting with unusual recipes and flavors. Created out of curiosity and enjoyed by fans, these draft-only one-time brews sometimes get promoted to our full-time beer lineup. Yeah, so it's got kind of these hills in the background of the label, and it says Upland Brewing Company Side Trail IPA Series, Juicy Wet Hopped India Pale Ale, Mother's Harvest, 1.6% alcohol by volume. And then on the back it says, Wander off the beaten path. In 1998, Bloomington, Indiana welcomed the opening of Upland Brewing and Mother Hubbard's Cupboard. Today, we partner with our friends at MHC to highlight our shared anniversary and passion for bringing people together. This juicy wet hopped IPA features local Indiana-grown hops fresh off the vine to retain fragrant notes of citrus and pine. Brewed in small batches on the same day as harvest, it's best enjoyed fresh. And that's really the summary of what a wet hopped ale is that they harvest the hops and the same day they brew it. Again, I'll get a little bit more in depth, but not too much, on my Founders Harvest Ale videos and my Side Yard IPA video. So yeah, enough with that. It just says best by December 18. So I'm starting to record this video. It's the beginning of December. And yeah, I think I'm pushing its freshness, so hopefully it's still pretty good. So I'm just gonna get a nose after I pour this. So it's coming out really nice and light, really golden yellow out of the can here. It's got a bit of a kind of a citrus and piney nose to it, at least the little bit I had left out of the can here. And holding it up to the light, it is pretty hazy. It's not very clear. It looks more of like an unfiltered kind of IPA more than like a New England style IPA, but it's kind of hazy. I can see the shadow of my hand going up in front of it, but I can't differentiate, detail on my hand. So let's put a better nose on it here. Yeah, getting a little bit of a piney and a citrus note out of it. Not much head to speak of, wasn't much after I poured it, but I'm ready to dive right in. It looks really good. It looks nice and yellow, almost like a juicy, kind of a diluted orange juice, or maybe a cross between some kind of citrus juice. Yeah, ready to dive right in. Cheers. Smells nice and sweet, though. And it does have a sweetness up front. It has a bit of a citrus sweetness up front. As I hold it in my mouth, it almost has like a really light citrus mixed with almost a pineapple or like a mango kind of taste. The flavor kind of thins out a little bit after that sweetness. As I take a swallow, the flavor thins out really quickly, actually. And I'm left with like a citrus hoppiness on the finish. Actually, it's got a citrus kind of sweetness to the finish, but there's like a... There's not really a bitterness to it. I mean, there's a slight bitterness on the tail end, and it's actually a really intense but slight bitterness. Let's get one more taste. Yeah, I'd have to say it's a really intense citrus bitterness, but it fades very quickly. I'm really thinking that this is probably more due to the age. I'd love to try this fresh. I know that Steve sent this to me originally right before I got sick, and I couldn't drink or do any kind of reviews for about a month, so I had to sit on this for a little bit. And honestly, having it now, while it's not a bad beer, I can just imagine being fresh how much better it would be. I'm thinking that bitterness wouldn't fall off so quickly, and maybe it'd have a little bit more of a punch to it, but as it stands, even now, it's still very good, very drinkable. Like I said, it's got that nice kind of sweet citrus and kind of a mango-ish kind of taste up front, and then it subsides very quickly on the swallow to that citrus bitterness, but there's not a whole lot of bitterness there. It's there, and it's intense, but it dissipates very quickly, and I would have really liked to have gotten this fresh and seen maybe how it differentiates a little bit more from how it does aged. I think this would be a perfect candidate for a new versus old for me, or one of the series where I compared two different ages of a beer. But unfortunately, I only have this one, and it sounds like it's really limited. All right, friends, that has been Mother's Harvest from Upland Brewing. Upland just started distributing in Michigan earlier this year. So have you had a chance to try any of their beer yet? Have you had a chance to try Mother's Harvest? And if so, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, why not like, subscribe, and share with your friends? 'Tis the season. I'm here talking Michigan beer, sometimes Indiana, sometimes Wisconsin. Thank you, Steve. And the best part about it is it's absolutely free to viewers just like you. You can also find links to my social media, some merch, custom Tiku glass, all the gear that I use in these videos, and a link to my blog at drafttherapy.com. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by, and remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries, wherever they might be, and most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.